Hello, girls. Happy Thursday. Takes me a second, but I'm there. So happy Thursday. I hope you're having a good Thursday. And I'm trying to, I don't know, I look like I have a huge light, I mean I do. It's better because my room is very dark, but it's just bouncing off of me today. So I keep trying to move, but it is what it is. Aw, thank you, whoever the heart was. So hello, I hope your day is going well. It is horribly hot here in New Jersey today. I feel bad for my husband because he is working outside in construction. And I'm here to talk with you just for a few minutes today because of something that happened to me. And so, hey Sheila. I love those little sparkles, little sparkles. So I was thinking about it, and actually it's kind of like, I'm not saying I'm obsessing about it, but it's really stayed with me since this morning. I go about every 2 weeks to, I don't know the sign for it, to chiropractor for my back. You know, he works my back, but he's also something that's called a zone healer, which is fantastic. It's really kind of brings together the body and the emotions and the thoughts, because our bodies really react, and a lot of pains that we go through are kind of like messages about other things that are happening inside of us that are more emotional. So anyway, we were talking today about a variety of things, not just one thing, and it was something small that right as I was leaving, I was finished and I was ready to leave, and we were talking and I was at the door, and it was something about my son. And if any of you, if you don't know, sorry, doesn't seem right. If you don't know my son, I have a son who's 17 years old and a daughter who is 14 years old. God help me sometimes. They're good kids, but they're 17 and 14. And my son has, I don't label him as, I don't introduce him but it is part of him, of who he is. He has ADHD, and he also has processing, how it all, processing skill issues. So he'll hear everything that you're saying, but it won't always go in the same way. It's almost like if you said a sentence and then you pulled out words and you put it back together, sometimes it gets jumbled like that because it doesn't all get processed at the same speed. So we've had a lot of issues. He has a lot of challenge, or he has had a lot of challenges growing up. He's been on medication. We've gone to counseling together, and somehow I was talking to Rob, which is the chiropractor. I'm going to say chiropractor like my back, that I went to, and I was talking about how my son is having a great summer. He said, "Oh, that's good. What's he doing?" I'm like, "Oh, people have been saying how, he's been so kind," which he's always been, and sensitive, and he works hard, and all these other things. And I said, this is what I said. This is what spurred this conversation. I said, "I'm so blessed." And he stopped me because he knew me, and he's known that I've worked through a lot of stuff, feeling a lot of guilt, or that I didn't do enough at times, or I could have done better, whether it be my parenting, skills, raising him, not knowing how to raise someone. I've never had ADHD myself. I teach students. That's the funny part. My two jobs, I'm a special education teacher and also a coach. So I actually teach kids that are like him. He's helped me a lot in my teaching. But I've been my hardest, critic of myself in raising him. And so that's when he stopped me and he said, "What do you mean you're blessed?" I'm like, "Oh, he's a really good boy and I'm really blessed. I'm very lucky." And that's when he stopped me and he said, "Why is it that you have no problem coming down on yourself? It's my responsibility. I did bad," picking on myself for everything that he has had problems with growing up. But when it comes to other people giving me a compliment and saying what a good boy he is, that's when I end up saying, "I'm so blessed." He goes, "So I just want you to think," that's what he said to me, "I want you to think about it, why it is that you can accept so easily the negatives that are not mine at all. I don't want to say negatives, but his challenges I take on like they were my fault. All the way back from, I think about, when I was pregnant, did I eat the right things? Did I take any medications for my migraines that I should not have? Whatever it is, I have no problem with the blame. But when it comes to a compliment of something good that's said about him, that's when I release anything and I say that I'm blessed. Now, that doesn't not mean I'm not blessed. I do feel blessed in many ways, but he really got me like thinking about it, and he's right. How many of you do the same thing? We have no problem taking the negative and taking ownership of the negative, but forget to say, damn, I did good. And it doesn't mean that we have to walk around saying it to other people. That's boasting. I would never be able to do that. And I have a hard enough time actually starting to change my mindset and think that myself inside. But he's right. I did go to all those counseling sessions with him. I worked through whatever it is and, tried new therapies and seen new, neurologist doctors for medication, and was there through the homeworks and the meltdowns where he'd be crying and when he was young and kicking and screaming and writing teachers' notes and all that, which I'm sure you guys all do too. So I'm thinking, if I think this way, how many other people think that way too? And it's a small change, but by changing something like that, a perception, an ownership of the good, that's what ends up building up when we talk about self-esteem. I think the word is thrown around too much. Someone has low self-esteem or high, whatever it is. I think we kind of throw that out there without really thinking about, well, how do we change it? What do we do? Without just saying, oh, good job, you did well. That doesn't really do a lot. It's more the internal that is a habit and practice that we do over and over and over and over that changes us. And that one for me today, that was big, because the more that I'll stop myself now and take ownership inside, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm great, because I do just as many crazy, wrong things as right things. But he was right when he said that to me. Why is it that I take ownership of the negative? And I won't. I give it away. I give my power away for the positive. So that's my only thought for today. How many times do you guys do it? Am I the only one? Maybe. Could be. Wouldn't be the first. But I'm thinking I might not be. So I figured I would present that and I'd share it with you guys, and just a food for thought of how many times do you deflect instead of taking that positive, storing it away, and doing that again and again and again, because that's what builds us up and not tearing us down. And we need that build up. That's it. Just thought for today. Own that good stuff. Don't give it away. Don't give away that power. It's yours. It's mine. And I'm going to start to change that. So that was a change for me. So thank you, Rob, today. All right. So hopefully this connects in some way. If not, it was nice to see you. See you. I don't want to say tomorrow. See you. All right. So have a good afternoon, and I will see you guys actually tomorrow, because I have something I want to talk to you guys about. All right. Have a good afternoon. Afternoon. Bye.